Bill Russell. In his 13 seasons as coach of the Boston Celtics, Basketball Hall of Fame center Bill Russell won an astounding 11 championships, earning him the title of the sport's greatest winner. Bill Russell, the legendary basketball center, won back-to-back NCAA championships with the University of San Francisco before turning pro in 1956 with the Boston Celtics. Russell led the team to 11 NBA championships over his 13-year career. After he announced his retirement from the game in 1969, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame honored him 6 years later with an induction. Early years. William Felton Russell, a legendary NBA basketball player, was born on February 12, 1934, in Monroe, Louisiana. Russell's early life was marked by a series of ailments that plagued him as a young child. Having grown tired of navigating the racially volatile South, Russell's father Charlie relocated the family to Oakland, California, where Charlie worked at a shipyard. The Russells' transition to California was anything but smooth. While Charlie was able to land a solid job, his wife Katie fell ill with the flu and died in 1946. His mother's death, who had been his closest supporter and had pushed him to strive hard in school, had left Russell in a state of grief. After her death, he decided to focus on his studies full-time. Russell began playing basketball outside of the classroom. His abilities weren't immediately apparent. Russell failed to make the squad at McClemens High School in Oakland because he was athletically awkward. However, by his senior year, he had improved enough to secure a starting berth on the team. The star athlete and Olympic gold medalist from the University of San Francisco. There was a lot of attention paid to Russell's 6 feet 9 inches frame. He walked onto the University of San Francisco's football team in the fall of 1952 and was offered a full scholarship. It didn't take long for the defensively sound Russell to establish himself as a dominant force, complete with the scoring touch and an unusual knack for grabbing rebounds. He averaged 20.7 points and 20.3 rebounds per game throughout his 3-year varsity career, during which he led the squad to consecutive NCAA championships in 1955 and 1956. Russell's amateur career came to an end when he led the United States men's basketball team to Olympic gold in 1956 in Melbourne. Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics made a deal with the St. Louis Hawks to acquire the draft rights to the young center in the same year's NBA draft. Retiring Red Auerbach wanted to add Russell as the missing piece to his team's championship-winning lineup. The Celtics concluded the 1957 season with the best record in the NBA, led by center Bill Russell, and went on to defeat the Hawks in a thrilling 7-game championship series to claim the title. Russell and the Celtics were on their way to a championship run unlike any other in franchise history. The squad made it to the NBA Finals 12 times during his 13 seasons in the league, with 11 victories. Russell was a defensive and rebounding powerhouse even against more physically imposing players like Wilt Chamberlain. Only Wilt Chamberlain's career total of 21,620 rebounds was higher than his 5 NBA MVP awards. The NBA had not yet begun keeping track of blocked shots, therefore he would have led the league numerous times. Auerbach stepped down as head coach of the Celtics after the 1966-67 season, when Russell guided them to their 8th straight NBA championship. The team's 2 championships in 1968 and 1969 were led by Russell, who opted to serve as player-coach rather than play for anybody else. Executive and Hall of Fame. Russell hung up his cleats after the 1969 season. As a coach or an executive, he returned to football from time to time, but he was unable to replicate the success he had as a player. In the late 1980s, he served as Sacramento Kings president of basketball operations. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame enshrined Russell in 1975. Private life. On the court, Russell, an outspoken supporter of the civil rights movement, had a share of difficulties. He was never as well liked as his white teammates in Boston. For him, it was not unusual to find himself staying in a hotel that wasn't the same one his teammates were staying at. Russell has had 3 marriages. He had a daughter, Karen, and 2 sons, Buddha and Jacob, with his first wife, Rose, whom he married for 17 years. President Barack Obama awarded Russell the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2010, the country's highest civil honor. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button for more content like this. See you in next video.